Yeah, that's fine.
All right, happy Monday. We'll get all of you coming in and let your audios get connected. All right. Happy Monday. Welcome everyone. My name is Stacy Southward and I'd like to welcome you all to our DTC Ambassador, that's Direct to Consumer Ambassador, Monday Night Opportunity Call. As most of you know, if this is your first time, you're going to figure it out real quick, but you've been invited to hear more information about an amazing, amazing opportunity. But most of you know that we always have an MSI of the week. And tonight, it's my honor to introduce someone who has become more than just a friend. She ranks in there as family in my book, and I speak with her every day. She's been a mentor to me in this business. She helps keep me calm. Linda Horn, the floor is yours. Have at it.
Thank you, Stacy. Yes, it sure is a wild ride here for sure. So, and tonight I get to introduce my mentor, my instructor, my everything, the guide to greatness, and in massive control over this wonderful wine that we have. Rory, the floor is all yours.
Thanks, Linda. And it's been an awesome time with you. And I love how you're growing still in the team and the duplication. And, you know it's going to take time for some stuff to kick in. And we're learning, as we're teaching people things that they wouldn't have learned anywhere else. We have to be patient, but it'll swell and it'll grow and it'll swell and it'll grow. And the more people we help, the more it grows. And that's what this opportunity is really about, is just growth and helping others. We just happen to have some great vehicles that create the income that we do, and that's where the opportunity is. And so welcome to Direct to Consumer Ambassador. We deal with products that we take direct from basically the manufacturer to the consumer. We started with wine. Our Wine of the Month Club is a phenomenal program, something we're super proud of. We're very passionate about it. But we get to take true fine wines made the right way without artificial, additives and things that are literally dangerous for us to consume. And we get to go against the mainstream. The mainstream is 85% of all wines in the USA and pretty similar around the world are owned by conglomerates. And conglomerates are big companies that care about the bottom dollar. They don't care about the legacy of wine. And so they don't make wine in the traditional sense. They don't let it ferment the natural way and create the natural sulfites and preservatives and let it create the tannins and all the stuff that makes wine special. All the health benefits of wine come from the natural process when it's made. They care about the bottom dollar. They care about mass production. And what should take years, they do in months or sometimes weeks, and just create more of a punch beverage or a wine type beverage. It's a wine light beverage, and they can still call it wine. And they add stuff in there. And I always tell everybody when I'm explaining this, I say, just before I explain to you that wines out there aren't good for you, and the majority, almost every bottle of wine you can buy at a wine store or liquor store isn't a true wine, and it has things in there that are actually harmful. And they do put other things in there that are meant to psychologically get you addicted to that product. It has nothing to do with the health and wellness of wine. And I just tell them, just go Google arsenic in wine. Just start there. Just start that rabbit hole of information, and that should tell you everything you need to know. Our wines are made the right way. They're not done till they're done. 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. They're made in a very clean environment, and they're loved on by winemakers. These winemakers are liquid artists, second and third generation winemakers. They do something very well, and that is they know how to blend and mix the wines to get an amazing taste, and they know what they're looking for, and that's what they get to do. And we get to sell everything they make. We get to deliver that to the world, and we're doing it at an amazing pace where we grow it the right way. And we have more and more wines being made. And the way that our model works is everybody gets a minimum of 4 bottles. They can get 6 or 12 as well every month. And what's called a smart ship. And when you get your Smart Ship order, it's going to have new wines in there for you to try, fall in love with. And if you want more, you can do a custom order, a custom case, and order the wines and get on it before you change your mind, because they will be gone. Like if you think you want that wine, order it because it'll be gone. And new wines are being released, and that's the nature of this business. We also have a way where we bring you in as an ambassador, which means you get to be a partner with us and doing this and sharing this with the world. And we're not selling wine. You're not selling wine from your basement. You're not selling wine from your garage. You're not selling, open up a retail outlet to sell wine. You are literally selling the access to direct consumer wines. You're signing them up for a wine of the month club where the wines are sent right from our warehouse to their door. And so let me explain a little bit more about the direct to consumer process of that. Our wines are made in our clean warehouse. They're also bottled there. That's where the bottling facilities are as well. And once they're bottled, they are then literally transported from our truck a mile and a half away, or whatever the exact is, to our shipping warehouse, which doesn't need to be a clean, airtight warehouse. And that's where the wine is stored at the perfect temperatures until it is picked, packed, and shipped to your door. There's no other people that touch it. And that way we can literally eliminate the cost that the competition would have. So retail, our wines would retail for $120. Our Grand Crus would retail for $350 to $750. But because of the way that we eliminated all those extra costs, we are able to take it to their member at member pricing, which is literally from our shipping warehouse to their door. Even when you buy a bottle of wine at the grocery store, you're paying distribution and shipping. You're paying it no matter what. That wine went from distribution point to distribution point to distribution point before it got there. Odds are it had 5 moments of upsells in the distribution channel. We eliminated all of those. And that's what's happening more and more as this direct to consumer thing happens, because logistics are there. We can ship right through UPS, right through USPS, right through FedEx, right to the door. And so we are adding more and more opportunities in here. And yes, wine built this mega thing. All roads lead to wine, you'll hear me say all the time. But as you become part of DTCA, you also have access to other income streams with direct to consumer marketplace. And we're rolling out new programs and big services, including education and protection services here in 2023. Lots of things happening. But we also have a lot of what we call our kiosk offers. And that's something that we're going to teach you in the training. But it all starts entering with our wine program. Now, I'm going to show you our compensation structure. It's very lucrative. But before I do that, this is not just an opportunity where, hey, here's a great comp plan. Here's a great product, which, wine of the month is a great product. But also, Tanya and I, from our family to yours, not from DTCA to you, but from our family to yours, we fund your marketing. We invest, and that's our philanthropy to invest into you and your teams as you build them. And we also build right with you. We don't take salaries. We get paid the same way you do. We are in the marketing with you. We are in the field with you. We are constantly growing this and helping impress us. And one of the best ways we can do that is help pay for your marketing so that you can just go to work and everybody can grow and gain here. And you can make part-time, full-time, career, life-changing income here. And it's foundational. Wine's not going anywhere. So let's go to the comp plan. And you want to make sure you get with the person that brought you here and thank them. And get into the trainings and get connected with everything that we have. Now, I'm going to tell you, we can do a lot of things from the comfort of our homes in this new digital age, right? The internet and the way we do aspects of stuff, but you've got to market. You've got to have a way to get out there. There's a thing called the law of marketing, and I put it in my book. I stress it everywhere. Nothing sells itself. Even wine doesn't sell itself. It has to be educated. And most people aren't aware of the poisons that they put in these wines in the store. They're not aware that these things that are say are wine aren't really wine. And because of the laws, there's no label that shows what's in that wine bottle other than it contains sulfites. Well, there's natural sulfites and synthetic sulfites. Synthetic sulfites are what fatigues our bodies and creates headaches. So if you ever drink wine and got a headache, it had artificial sulfites. Yes, it preserved the wine, but no, it's not the best thing for your body. Artificial sulfites are never going to be good as the natural occurring ones, which our bodies consume without any type of really process. And that's what we want to have. Now, there's 3 ways to get started. First is become a wine customer. And I've had a lot of people, we talk about how great our wines are. The wines speak for themselves once you try them. This wine is something you can't just experience through somebody else's taste buds. You've got to experience it yourself. And it's an education program. I'm going to pause for 1 second. Every Wednesday at 5:30 Pacific, 6:30 Mountain, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. We have our wine and dining show on the same link you're on here now, just a half hour earlier than started. And we're cooking and pairing our food and our wines, and it's a lot of fun. And we get to educate people on that and get people past, sometimes there's some heebie-jeebies like, oh man, that bottle's worth a lot of money. I don't want to just drink it with anything. Well, we're going to open up your understandings and let you discover the taste. And the wines are amazing, food's amazing, but when you pair the right foods and the right wines, man, it's something special. And we want you to enjoy that. But we do it as a discovery, and we do that on Wednesdays. We also have trainings every Saturday at 9 o'clock Pacific, 10 Mountain, 11 Central, and 12 Eastern, just on DTCA and the programs we have. We actually start training an hour before that on the aspects of how we market. The person that brought you here, thank them, get going, they'll get you tied to this. We're going to give you access to everything, including the marketing and the training to utilize the marketing so that you can grow an incredible income with us and dream and achieve those dreams with us. That's what we do here. So again, become a wine customer. You want to test out the wines? Just try them out. $100 to get 4 bottles of wine. Amazing. Each bottle will be worth the price of admission on that. And you're going to get to taste this. And then from there, we have memberships. These are our ambassador memberships. We have Estate, Reserve, and Grand Cru. Grand Cru receive our best pricing. In fact, the memberships and the monthly, what we call Smartship on the wine, they're all Grand Cru pricing. Now, Grand Cru is our, that's what we call a wine snob. Our Grand Crus, you've elevated, that's where you get the Grand Cru wines, which is that next level wine. So it's by design. Some people are familiar with wine. Some people are already wine snobs and wine connoisseurs. And those are the ones that usually see the value here and just come right in at Grand Cru. And you're going to get 2 cases of wine, 6 of our incredible bottles of Grand Cru, which currently that Grand Cru selection is worth $2,800 retail. And you get it for $600, and then you get 2 other cases of wine for the other $600. Incredible value. But for those that are just, apprehensive, or maybe you don't drink a lot of wine, or maybe, you don't want to stock up a lot, that's fine. Start out with the Estate. For $300, you're going to get an amazing case of wine, and you get 10% discount off additional cases of wine. All memberships have full access to the compensation plan. Customers only can get access to free wine. I'll get there in a second. But memberships, get all that. And, the Reserve member is $600. That's 2 cases of wine. You're getting wine at the Grand Cru pricing, shipped right to your door. And Estate's 1 case, Reserve is 2 cases. But if you're in Estate and you came in at 300, you can always upgrade for another 300 to become a Reserve. You'll pay the difference and get the difference. You're going to get an additional case for the total of 2. Then either from Estate or Reserve, you can upgrade all the way to Grand Cru. You'll pay the difference and get the difference. And that's usually how the elevation goes. So like if you're new to wine, or, you're not quite a connoisseur yet, maybe what's going to happen is you're going to drink one of our cases of wine and it's amazing. Well, it's actually more affordable to upgrade to Reserve than to buy another case. So we do that on purpose. We don't upcharge on our memberships. We want you to be an ambassador, and we want you to have exposure to our wine so you can properly represent it. As a Reserve member, right, you got 2 cases of wine. Well, after you've had 2 cases of our wine, you're going to be asking, wow, these wines are really good, but how much better could that Grand Cru get? And you're going to be curious. And it is amazing. And for an additional $600 from the Reserve, you're going to get 6 incredible bottles. And these are for like special occasions or a special meal, an anniversary or birthday. These are wines that you're going to learn the appreciation for what's in it. And the composition of those wines, and they are truly delicious. Okay, then we have a third way, which is our non-product marketing package. And the person that brought you here knows what this is about. But if you're in ships where we can't ship wine, or countries where we're not shipping wine yet, you still have access to the opportunity utilizing our Vortex system, which is a marketing system we talk about in trainings. And I can't wait to touch base on that on Saturday. All right, 5 ways to get paid. First and foremost, we want you to get your wine for free. Now, if you're a customer or you're an ambassador, your first referrals or first 3 customers are worth a lot to you. They're worth $400 a year each, upwards of that. Meaning if you have 1 customer and they order every month, after there's 3 cumulative orders, you're going to get credit for free wine. So if you have 2 customers and they order every month, every 2 out of 3 months, you're going to get credit for free wine. If you have 3 customers or more that order every month, you're going to get credit for free wine each and every month. And then your 4th, you get paid more. Now, before I go into this, I want you to understand we have a rank that depicts your pay. You must have 50 BV or greater. That means that you're either in the Vortex, that's 50 BV, getting a minimum of 4 bottles, that's also 50 BV, or any of our other services that equal 50 BV. That's what's necessary to be active for the compensation structure. Now, it's required because if we and therefore you can write it off, so you get a write off against your taxes. And this is an amazing process here. We make it very simple, and I like to spell it out just so it's easy. We have rank achievements from 1 star all the way to executive ambassador. Your requirements for personal ambassadors, people you directly bring in, is 1 to 10. Obviously, you can bring in more, but this is the minimum required for the rank. Personal customers, we only have 3. We want you to get your wine for free. Very simple. We want you to get your wine for free. The volume required, this volume has an asterisk on it. What that means is, in our plan, you have to have at least 30% of the volume from one leg or one team. We have a 2-team process, a left team and a right team. So you have to have at least 30% in the one, and then no more than 70% in the other. Now, you get full credit for the volume, but required volume for the rank has to be a minimum of a 70-30 balance, not 60-40, not 50-50, but 30-70. And based on your rank, you get paid in the binary 6 to 22%. And we have a check match, which you get paid, and I'll cover that. That's on your personally enrolled ambassadors. From 3-star, you get a 30% check match, meaning if they earn $1,000, you earn $300 bonus, and it's a check match. It doesn't come from their income, it's a check match. And we have some of our leaders here that are making more money on their check match because of how they're duplicating and building their teams than they do on their own binary pay. It's very awesome. So, and then obviously at 6-star, it goes to 50%. You get a nice little pay raise. And this is a brilliant thing. I was going to go back up to here and go over this. Wine starter kits, we pay you 50%. So when you bring an ambassador in and they come as an estate, they come in for 300, they're going to get an amazing case of our wine. The company, we are going to lose money with you because we are investing in what's called acquisition. We want them to try our wines, and we also know that you're going to need to spend time to, market with them, get them to these meetings, and follow up and make sure they understand what's going on. We value that. We want to make it worth your while, so we give you 50% of that. Now, we don't make any money on this until they've been in the company for a while and ordered, down the road. It's an acquisition cost. We're professional marketers, and we understand what that is. We want them to come in. There's 3 type of wine of the month clubs out there. And when I refer to wine, there's what I call the Wall Street Journal, or the white label discount wines. These are the pretty much every other wine of the month club out there. They are selling wines that nobody else wants. They're selling discontinued wines, overruns, and they sell them for like an amazing value. They pay like $80 in shipping, and they get like 12 bottles of wine. Well, this is wine that nobody else wants. This is wine that's made the wrong way. They're punch wines, and that's what most wine of the month clubs are out there. The other ones, there's 2 other types. There's the ones where they're signed up as as a customer to a winery or a vineyard, and you're getting their specific wines as the release quarterly, semi-annually, or whatever the time frame is. And usually you're paying pretty good retail. Then there's us, and no one does it like us, where we have our own winemakers that are commissioned to make our wines with our label, our brand, only available to our members and our customers. And we send those new ones out each and every month, and then I want to walk you through it. So that's what we do. Now, so it's very important that we're putting this out there. And even though our wine is a superior wine and it's the best value in wine in the world, we still got to explain it to people. We still got to educate people, and we want to make sure it's worthwhile. So we do an acquisition, and that's why we do that. When they sign up for $600 as a reserve, you're going to get $300. They get 2 cases of wine. These wines are amazing wines, and you can see where the value is. And the Grand Cru, we want them to get a taste of our Grand Cru. They're getting 2 cases of wine and then that 6th bottle for $1,200, and it's an amazing value. We're not making money as a company there. We're literally acquiring, because we find that when we get our wine out there, people keep ordering it, and that's what creates a valuable business. That's our model. No one does it like us. That's what we do. Now, the binary, I talked about that. It's paid weekly. What happens is every Wednesday, Wine Wednesday, the computer takes a snapshot of your left team and your right team. Whatever volume you have, whatever lesser leg of volume. So if the left leg is less leg, and you have more volume on the right, it's going to pay you upwards of 22% based on your rank in binary pay. It's paid the following Friday. We close it out Wednesday, pays the following Friday. So all commissions are paid the following Friday. And the check match is based on the binary pay. It's paid weekly, and there's no limits on the check match. And the binary has an amazing cap of 25K a week. You can make up to 25 grand a week in the binary just on that. And that's why the check match is so important to build up and go. And we pay it very lucratively. Now I'm going to close this down here and just say, get with the person that brought you here. Tell them thank you. We'll see you on the Wine Wednesdays. We'll see you on the training on Saturdays. And we're going to go right now and go move to our next meeting where we're doing training with our presenters and our instructors. And I hope to see you there as well.